Hello Leafs Nation! Welcome back to your go-to channel, Toronto Maple Leaf News Network. Today we have a jam-packed slate of updates about our Leafs that have just come to our attention in the last few hours. So if you are a true Leafs fan, you don't want to miss these updates. And yes, before we start the video, I'd like to request that if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay in the loop. Update 1. Unpacking the Blockbuster trade proposal, Robertson for Cowan and company. Alright Leafs fans, let's dive right into what's been making headlines in the hockey world. A massive trade pitch that could see the Toronto Maple Leafs land a superstar forward in Jason Robertson from the Dallas Stars. This isn't just a minor roster move, it's a potential game changer with some serious implications for the team's future. The proposal put forward by Heavy.com suggests the Leafs acquired Jason Robertson, a 26-year-old forward with a $7.75 million contract. In return, the Dallas Stars would get a haul of talent and assets. The package includes forward Matias Maccelli, forward prospect Easton Cowan, a conditional third-round pick in 2026, and a second-round pick in 2028. This is a hefty price to pay, but the motivation for the Leafs is clear: to acquire a superstar forward who can help offset the offense lost from Mitch Marner's departure. Robertson, drafted 39th overall in 2017, is a 6'3", 207-pound forward who is coming off another 80-point season in 2024 to 2025. Just 3 years ago, he had an incredible 46-goal, 109-point season. His career 5-year total stands at 168 goals. If he had been on the Maple Leafs last season, he would have been near the top of every major offensive category. Specifically, he would have been second in points, tied for first in assists, and third in goals. Now, let's talk about the players going the other way. The Stars would acquire 24-year-old Matias Maccelli, a 5'11", 185-pound forward who had 18 points in 55 games last year. They would also get a blue-chip prospect in Easton Cowan, who the Maple Leafs drafted in 2023. The 6', 185-pound forward prospect had an outstanding season with the Ontario Hockey League's London Knights, recording 69 goals in 46 games. But here's a key factor in this potential trade: Cowan's development. Former head coach Bruce Boudreau has said that if a player isn't going to play 12 minutes a game in the National Hockey League, they should be in the minors getting 17 or more minutes of ice time to develop. He emphasized that fourth-line players often play 8 minutes or less, which won't help them grow. Given Cowan's talent, he shouldn't be playing bottom 6 minutes. A trade like this could be motivated by the need to do right by Cowan, allowing him to develop properly. The Stars, by the way, have a great track record of developing young players with National Hockey League minutes. This deal would be a win-win, adding a top-tier goal scorer to the Leafs while giving their highly touted prospect the opportunity he needs to reach his full potential elsewhere. What are your thoughts on this trade? Do you think the Leafs should pay this price for Robertson? Let us know in the comments. Stay tuned because we have 2 more major updates coming up. Okay, Leafs Nation, let's get into our second big update of the day. Update 2. The King in the Crease. Anthony Stolarz solidifies his role in Toronto. In some of the most crucial news to come out of the team, the Toronto Maple Leafs have secured their future in the net by signing goaltender Anthony Stolarz to a 4-year, $15 million contract extension. This deal, which has a $2.5 million cap hit, cements Stolarz as the team's #1 goaltender going forward and was a priority negotiation for the club. This move comes after a significant development. Goaltender Joseph Woll took an indefinite leave of absence from the team for personal reasons. Woll, who split duties with Stolarz last season and is signed with the Leafs through 2027 to 2028, will be out for an undetermined amount of time. Stolarz, who is 31 years old, arrived in Toronto after backing up Sergei Bobrovsky on the Florida Panthers' Stanley Cup run. He He had an outstanding season in 2024 to 2025, playing a career-high 34 games for the Maple Leafs. He went 21-8-3 with a league-leading 0.926 save percentage and a 2.14 goals against average. He did, however, miss time with a knee injury and a concussion he sustained in the second round of the playoffs. Despite those injuries, he was a key part of the team's first-round victory over Ottawa, where he recorded a 0.901 save percentage and a 2.19 goals against average in 7 total appearances. Now the Leafs are counting on Stolarz to not only stay healthy, but to take on an even heavier workload. Head coach Craig Berube expressed confidence, saying that Stolarz is a veteran who has demonstrated he can handle the load and that he wants a heavier workload. With Woll sidelined, the Leafs have also brought in a familiar face to serve as a potential backup. Veteran James Reimer, a fourth-round selection by Toronto in the 2006 National Hockey League draft, signed a professional tryout contract last Friday. The 37-year-old is on track to potentially earn a contract to be the team's number 2 goalie until Woll can return. This move gives the Maple Leafs stability and confidence in the crease. With the number 1 goalie locked in and a veteran backup in place, the team can feel much more secure as they head into the new season. What do you think of the Stolarz extension and the Reimer tryout? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Update 3. Roster cuts and the intriguing Nick Robertson trade rumors. The Toronto Maple Leafs are actively trimming their roster as the regular season rapidly approaches. On Monday, the team made a series of cuts, assigning a large number of players to their American Hockey League affiliate, the Toronto Marlies. This move reduces the roster down to 32 players from the original training camp group. Forwards Travis Boyd, Benoit Olivier Gruel, and Vinny Letterie were all placed on waivers and cleared, and have been demoted to the AHL. A long list of other forwards, defensemen, and goalies were also assigned to the Marlies, including forwards Brandon Baddock, Matthew Barbolini, Gunnar Wolf-Fontaine, and others. Winger Miroslav Holinka was returned to the Edmonton Oil Kings of the Western Hockey League. As of right now, the Leafs roster consists of 3 goalies, Anthony Stolarz, Dennis Hildeby, and Joseph Woll, who is on a leave of absence. They also have 13 defensemen and 16 forwards. A couple of interesting notes from the cuts. Defenseman Marshall Rafai suffered a broken wrist and is out for multiple weeks after surgery. Also, James Reimer, who was brought in on a professional tryout, practiced with the group headed to the AHL. The onus is now on general manager Brad Treliving to get the roster down to 23 players before the season begins. It's likely that at least 1 or maybe even 2 of the Leafs' depth forwards will be placed on waivers in the coming days. And this brings us to the biggest rumor circling the team, the potential trade of winger Nick Robertson. According to Cam Robinson of Elite Prospects, multiple Western Conference clubs have shown interest in the 24-year-old forward, with the San Jose Sharks being specifically mentioned as a potential suitor. This isn't the first time Robertson's name has come up in trade talks. He's had an on-again, off-again relationship with the team, and his spot on the roster has been a consistent storyline. If the Leafs are indeed entertaining a trade, it's likely a realization that he wouldn't clear waivers if they tried to send him down. With multiple teams inquiring, this could be an opportunity for general manager Treliving to get a significant return for the winger. The potential trade of Nick Robertson, or another depth forward, would help free up a roster spot and potentially add assets for the future. And that brings us to the end of today's jam-packed updates. That's all the major news we have for you today, Leafs Nation. What a crazy few hours it's been. From a blockbuster trade proposal for Jason Robertson, to Anthony Stolarz signing a massive extension, to the ongoing roster cuts and trade rumors around Nick Robertson, there is never a dull moment with our team. We'll be keeping a close eye on all of these developing stories, and we'll bring you the latest as it breaks. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date on all things Toronto Maple Leafs, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single update. Until next time, this is the Toronto Maple Leaf News Network, signing off. Go Leafs, go!